Hello everybody, welcome back. I am MartrysDrake and we are continuing on in Tales of Arise. Last time we made it to the pedestal for the spirit channeling ceremony. Short one, Renus Alma. And now we're gonna go hunting it down. We go find that lady in red. I think I went the right way. Okay, I did. It's not gonna be a fun fight, I can already tell. They keep giving me, they're giving me a heavy treat, they're giving me some life bottles, so they're gearing me up.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renus Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
That is the hope.
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Dun dun dun.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renus Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait though, something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey look, over there.
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It
That's
looks like it's
weird.
still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
Would make sense, that's why I sent the wedge down.
What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said,
Hey, Professor.
we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alvin, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
So that's just weird. Huh. She's gonna fight this time.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
Probably not.
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
That would fit.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alvin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Between heaven and earth.
Can't get out of this!
All disasters may run. Come forth.
Eagle Rage!
Here I come!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Raging cascade. Let me show you what my
Ouch.
action contains between heaven and earth.
It's over!
Eagle Rage.
You're mine! I'm not done!
All disasters may run. Come forth and heal us.
I'm concerned about the fact that I'm not really seeing. Ouch.
Here I go.
Here I come! It's on!
Glacial spear. Pierce the evil.
Easter!
I'll be saving this.
Like, I'm waiting because they're not even trying to dodge anything. Like, don't get me wrong, they hurt. Ow. Yeah, they hurt a lot,
Stay away
but
from my friend! You're finished!
That'll bring you down.
Another incantation ruined.
ouch.
You're mine!
healing circle.
I'm grateful.
I still got some
Take
fight
it.
left in
Sorry,
me. Radiant. You do the same for me. More where that came from.
Ow.
I'm out of ammo.
Anything in armor is all
I'm
mine!
all stopped up.
Take this!
Annihilation. Sleep now.
Lewis!
I'll be saving this one.
You're mine! Swallow blade!
Let me help.
Thank you! You're mine!
More where that came from. By the power of water. Spread. Magic in there.
Ow.
You're mine! I'm not done! Lewis, escape! It's over!
Water.
I
Heal
can
us
carve
all.
through armor!
Lewis,
More
escape!
in the stockpile.
Destruction! It's over! The flame
Does it
inside
take
is yours to be let free!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
I'm not done!
Heaven and earth.
Far enough!
Lightning.
Lewis, escape!
Into the chair.
You're mine! Destruction! You're mine!
Burning.
Strike! You're finished!
More where that came from. Raging storm.
I'm not done!
Soaring blast!
Destruction!
Here.
You're mine!
Sparkling stars of light.
Ignite!
Rain down aid. Mega
You're mine!
Begin! Anything in armor is all mine!
You're mine!
Lightning. Here, let me help. First aid. More for the stockpile.
To be
You're mine!
Stars of light.
in a bind!
Purify. Here's a healing arm. First aid. Water.
Oh, this.
Meteor storm. I can do this all day. Freeze lancer.
Elusive deity!
Alright.
In here.
Lewis, escape!
I can carve through
Here's the
armor!
more for the stockpile.
Tempest!
Freeze lancer.
Here I come!
We'll hold off for now because it looks like somebody's trying to use.
I don't even know the word defeat.
More with
Take this! Lewis, escape!
I'll face you!
raging cascade.
You're mine!
I'll turn you into dust! Down from the wind!
You're finished! I'm not...
Begin!
Searing flame.
inside me! Yours to be let free!
Into the shadows, savior!
Not today!
Deity! Rotating fire
Here I come! Swallow blade!
In here!
I'll face you.
Here I come! And more than I'll burn out! Strike!
Can't get out of this!
It's over!
Back into the fray! Lightning condemned! Annihilation!
Take this! No escape!
Annihilation! Mega ray! Gemini!
Benediction light.
In here!
Heal!
Lord with the stockpile!
Try harder!
Sighted! You're
It's
mine!
on!
Resonate with you!
Let me help!
Not
Radiant
today!
storm!
Stalagmite! I can carve through armor! Scream bathed in blood,
Strike!
rending you apart! Bloody
Take this!
howling!
Radiant!
Destruction!
Shit, I think we have some treat. Yeah, we have a treat and then a heavy treat. Heavy would be overkill. Treat is enough.
Lightning!
This should do it! No escape!
Negative
Destruction!
Scream bathed in blood,
Take this!
rending you apart!
A wailing banshee of
That'll bring you
lightning!
down.
Sleep
You're
now!
mine!
Elusive
Lord
deity!
with the stockpile!
I can do without this pain!
Alright.
This should do it!
By the power of magic is air thrust!
Here I come!
Chain between
No
heaven and
escape!
earth! Here's evil!
I'm not done!
Breeze lancer! Air thrust!
You're mine! I'm not done! Destruction!
Gravitas speed!
It's go time! No dawn shall break this night!
Annihilation! Spread!
I'll save you!
Heaven and earth! I'm going to need to use all
Take
my
it!
healing arts to
No
accomplish this!
escape!
Sleep!
Don't get carried away!
Just what I
Elusive
needed!
deity! Resonate with the earth!
I'll heal you rolling stars of light! Rain down healing circle!
My natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from the battle.
Take this!
Retreat?
I
I would never.
I'm not done!
Take this!
Breeze lancer!
Benediction light.
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Here I come!
Lightning orb!
Let me free you of your power.
Take it! Go! I'm only getting
Here I
into the
come!
fray!
I owe you one! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Benediction light.
Shining supernova! Raging fury! Burning strike!
Blade.
Alright, we'll do that.
Spear! Piercing between
No
heaven and earth!
dawn shall break
You're
this
mine!
night.
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Where are you going?
Divine
Benediction
sage!
light.
Take this!
Water, hear my
No
call!
escape!
Ow!
It's over!
Red!
Ignite! Take this!
Strike!
Glacial
Here I
spear.
come!
Pierce evil!
No escape!
Your armor won't save you.
First seal!
Beckoned into everlasting
I'll be
darkness.
this way.
Negative gate.
Here I go!
Scream
It's over!
bathed in blood.
Move.
Rending you bloody. Our arts are being This is some punishment.
Oh, hello.
For that!
I can do this all! Radiant pierce!
Life bottle.
Rest for the wicked.
Searing
Benediction
flame!
light.
Reload!
Heal.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! A wailing
You're mine!
lancer!
You're
Denied! Here, let me help!
Blind you with a dust.
Take this! Crush!
Lightning!
Take this!
Radiant storm!
Crush it!
Back into the fray!
I'll blind you in a bind.
A chain between heaven and earth!
Anything.
Strike! A wailing beauty of lightning!
Here I come!
Mine! Divine
No
savior!
escape!
That'll bring you down.
Dance in the
finished!
wind! Air
Blind you
thrust!
with a dust.
Radiant blood!
Orange, yes. Because we definitely need to keep healing.
Rending you
Not now, not ever! Take this! Try harder!
Chain between heaven and
Ignite!
earth! Here's a healing
Take this!
wailing banshee of
Negative
lightning!
Scream bathed in
Sleep
blood.
now!
Rending you apart.
You're mine! Reload! I'm going to need to use all chain between heaven and earth to accomplish this. A wailing banshee of lightning!
Negative
Close one!
on your knees.
Searing flame! Reload!
Air pressure. Resonate with the earth.
Lightning orb!
You're mine! I'm not done!
I can carve through armor.
I'm all stuffed up!
Here
Do
I
it!
come!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here I go.
Yeah. But there's more to this. There's no way.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Not even a chance.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
What? It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Oh, Volron.
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
Well, you and one other.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were locked 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alvin? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
She's not quite gone yet.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
It's too late. We can't stay here.
We need to go. Alvin!
Hmm.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
A little bit unstable, but that's what you are.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Those
do more
red
than
women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
that. Probably.
What?
Although, how many
those
of them are
brainless
there?
Things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now.
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Doherly? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the red woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena. And Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Alrighty. Now we'll walk down. And the only reason I'm going to say that we're going to do it that way is just because of the fact that I can try to get some combat in and get some more stuff, because I have... Well, I guess I can just save up time to do that on Rena. Yeah, let's do that, because there's a lot of walking to do here. Oh, never mind, I can't fast travel anyways. Running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running. Interesting. They don't usually give you one of those on the way back. I'm concerned. Hi guys. Let's do this.
Let's see what you've got.
Engaging!
Mega ray!
In pain.
Annihilation! Lightning condemned! They really don't give up, do they? Stand between heaven and earth. A wailing density of lightning! That's my shield!
Shut him down!
Mega ray!
Needing pile driver.
The power of water! Lightning supernova!
Take this!
Samurai aqua! Where was that came
Scoot
from?
back!
Stand back.
Here,
I'll flip it up.
Here I come! Take this!
Rending you
This
apart.
one's mine!
Bloody howling.
Can't be swallowed! Where was that came from?
Resonate with the earth.
Anything in order is mine! Here's evil!
Bathe in
Free
blood.
Lancer!
Seismic rupture. Crescent flash.
Dance in the mega ray! Annihilation! More for the crop pile!
Dazzle! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Searing
No
flame!
chance! Slash!
Leave the treasure to me!
Here's evil! Lightning explosion!
No escape!
Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Take this! Swallow blade!
Seismic rupture.
Here's flame of fury!
You're mine!
On your knees.
Glacial spear!
No
Here's evil!
further! It's on!
Freeze Lancer!
Reflect on thy sin.
Lightning orb!
I'm ready.
Astral energy!
Say no more!
No!
Negative
Change
gate.
between heaven and
Eat
earth!
this!
Resonate with
Glacial
the
spear!
earth.
Here's evil!
Swallow blade!
Rending you apart.
Eat dirt!
You're mine!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
There we go.
It was a close thing.
Was it? Alright, you know what? We're just gonna do it. I want these rocks.
No choice! You're mine! I'm not petty!
Annihilation! Searing flame! Not in your dreams! Lightning
Here I
orb!
come!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Negative hit!
Field! Mega ray! I'll be saving
Leave the
you!
ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me! Stockpile! I never miss! Gale force! More
Here
where
I
that
come!
came from!
Take this!
Gale force! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
It's on! No escape!
Freeze Lancer!
You picked the wrong fight!
Thanks! Just what I needed!
Strike!
Lightning orb!
You're mine!
In here!
Can't get out of this.
You're pet!
Let's show you what my art can do!
Here I come!
I'll face you.
Raging
Crescent
storm!
flash.
Why?
Here I come!
More
I'm not
of
done!
them!
Dazzle! Rising Phoenix!
You take it. You're mine.
Dazzle!
A scream.
Rising
bathed in
Phoenix!
blood. Rending you apart.
Take this!
Shattering
Bloody
Coming
There we go.
through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing art. All of this acid ready!
Elusive deity.
Resurrection! Maelstrom! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
Take this! Can you take it?
Here I come! Not on my watch!
In a
Wrong
bind?
one. Okay.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Flame! Thunder Field!
Here I come.
Do it! Doubling!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! I'll heal you all!
My turn. No, it's my turn. I'm not done.
I'll face you.
Be still.
Elusive deity!
Thanks.
Rising Bleed!
Resonate with the earth!
Annihilation!
Stalagmite!
Whoa.
Here I come.
Bathed in blood! Rending you a bloody
Divine
Try this. Infernal torrent.
Now!
I need to be stronger.
Me too. Transcendent Pebble. I don't think there's anything else that I'm gonna find to fight before that runs out, but especially since I think I'm running the wrong way. No, I'm not. Okay. But I was correct that I was gonna run out first. Oh. I thought I picked everything up on the way. Shortcake recipe. How did I miss a recipe? I'll have to look at that when we get back. I don't really want to fight you. Like, I need stuff, but that thing takes so much more than everything else. You guys are fine.
No choice.
Ready to go!
Begin.
A
You're
chain
mine.
between heaven and earth!
No escape.
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Denied! Radiant Pierce! Love with the
Here I come.
They
I'm
smite
not
with
done. Slash. Swallow blade. Try this.
Damn it!
Here I come.
War with that came from!
Crush.
Annihilation!
It's over.
Here goes!
Here I come. Be
Annihilation!
still.
Mega Ray!
You're mine.
Maelstrom!
It's over. I owe you one. This one's all mine.
Not letting it do.
Get out of
Flame of
this!
Fury!
I'm not done.
Water! Hear my call! Dance in the wind! Field!
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! Beckon into
My turn.
everlasting dark.
Now!
Meanwhile,
Escape.
light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Water!
My
Hear my
turn.
call!
I'm not done. Burn.
Spread!
Take this.
Now!
I love how he's pretty much
Say
just
no more.
he's taking full
Looks like we got them all.
acceptance of his new power.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off! Just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
He's got a point.
Ease, like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then.
As he finally figures out what they're getting at.
Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
And there you go. Just like that, they get the lights back on. Good job, Dohalim. You did it.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright, or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Dohalim, Renan leader. Nice.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Alrighty, and there's another one.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Jesus.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Just a hair.
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Alrighty, is the third way? Kind of. I kind of want to hit this though.
What do you say we check back in on the rant?
We just got short kick. Why isn't it? Oh, there it is. Ooh, elemental attack up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stop here. Put a pause in, and I'll be back shortly, guys, and we'll make it up to Lenegis on the next one. Bye.